Welcome back to the WhyStopNow podcast. Boy Cam got eyes. How you doing this week, my boy?
Dude, what a wild week. Wild week. I'm doing fine. Doing fine. I hope you are as well.
Oh,
Now, whenever I'm going to bed the other night and it's late as can be over here on the East Coast and 1, 2 a.m. Luka. I thought it was fake for a second. I had to go.
everyone did.
I saw it pop down. Shout out to Underdog, the sports betting app. They're on point with every type of trade, like everything. And I was like, "What?" I was about to go to sleep. I'm like, "Huh?" I'm wind down mode. Call you.
Yeah,
I went to ESPN app. Verify. I'm like, dude, there's no way. Go to ESPN. Boom. Yeah, there it is. And to this moment, I'm still blown away. The trade line ended earlier today, so everything's set in stone. But wow, that's not even the only thing that happened.
fact.
That's not even the only thing that happened. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets for getting things done. Lots of first round picks. Turn your little hat around too, sir. Show the world.
Let's see, where's it at?
Yes. Not
Oh,
to be biased or anything. Dalton Connect, welcome to the QC. We got the Hornets have stacked up draft picks on draft picks on draft picks. They did lose Mark Williams. He was producing when he was on the court a good. He was getting almost 17 a game, and I saw him get 30 and 50. He potentially a monster there. But 2.5 seasons, only 84 games played. Very injury prone, very AD esque, honestly.
I'd
So
look around.
yeah, you flip it back around. I had to you got to let them know. You got to let them know because the Hornets never do anything good, dude. I've never actually said, "Oh, I'm proud of the Hornets front office." Ever. Maybe Brandon Miller,
Because
LaMelo,
in the history of
but I've been way more disappointed with the Hornets and Bobcats. Bleh. But anyways,
the Bobcat generation, wow.
AD, AD and the Mavs, they've got to win a championship now. There's the future. Like, where's the future in Dallas?
There's not one.
No, it's
They
championship
traded
or
the
bust.
future away.
Did you think they were going to win a championship with Luka? Though he plays no defense.
He doesn't, but that was they at least had a future.
They got pretty close. Even with what Daniel Gaff. They still have a lot of big men. The big men they have: Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, AD. Very, 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 very strong three-piece combo. They can all. I'm excited to see that play. But what I'm really curious about is there enough basketballs to go around over in Los Angeles for Luka and LeBron because they kind of both play that same triple double esque style of ball
I
where they
think
facilitate.
I think LeBron's to the point
He wants to
where
step aside.
I wouldn't necessarily say step aside, but start passing the torch to a player such as Luka. A player as you've stated, as many people have stated, that could be the next potential big face, big name of the league.
He's already huge. His average point per game average off you know his entire career. I believe it's like third all. It's something ridiculous. It's third all time. Something stupid. So he's already a proven superstar, not just star, superstar, starter on the All Star team almost every year. Ever since he came to the league,
Yeah,
everybody's been hyped for him.
I
He's
mean he's been
produced
professionally
better,
20 since he was 16.
yeah, but he's been just what people thought, if not better.
Yeah,
So,
like
it got to be better. He was the third pick, and he should have been the first.
while I see what you're saying about LeBron and Luca kind of playing the same way, LeBron hasn't really had anyone to take place and kind of take charge of being the points leader on the team, of being the person that can take those clutch shots and clutch moments. And now with someone like Luka on the team, he truly does. He truly has someone that he could probably feel like he can rely on.
I mean, he's always had somebody with him. He's always played with a star.
Yeah, but AD to Luka,
AD defensively, though, that's what we don't talk about. We see the numbers with
no, I
Luca.
see, I know what you're saying, but at the same time,
Where I mean, you got to think about it. If you drive down the lane and you are Anthony Edwards and LeBron's not even in the game, maybe he is, maybe Luca, you're gonna blow by him because he's probably not gonna play any defense. Who's blocking you? Now I did see a few good blocks tonight by some young promising Lakers players. There's some guys that are athletic that they have, but when it comes down to true basketball IQ, playing playing the way LeBron wants you to play, smart play, I don't know if those guys are the ones that are going to get a championship one in Los Angeles. I don't know if Luca coming in immediately makes them that much better, especially because they don't. I mean, Mark Williams is there. Don't get me wrong. If you're driving down the lane and he's there, that's an issue. But the probability of him being there is almost 50-50, I feel like.
well, I see what you're saying, but my whole point of that is that yeah, AD is gonna play a lot harder on defense, or play defense at all. But what LeBron really wants, I mean, he's obviously gonna want some defense to be played, but he's gonna want somebody that he can pass the ball to in those clutch moments, or have someone else pass the ball to in those clutch moments that can also take those big shots. LeBron has, yes, like you said, has always had stars, but here lately, LeBron's been having to be the one to take those clutch shots, to be that clutch guy in those deep moments in the trenches time guy. And with somebody like Luka, he has a for sure guy that can take those shots and drill those shots 90% of the time.
They need to stop worrying about. They need to worry about getting to the playoffs, having a nice, comfortable spot in the playoffs, to where they don't have to work their butts off in the regular season. Is Luca even fit enough to come in and make a difference? Or is he going to sit there weighing 270 pounds after he just lost a hundred and something $1 million with this trade? Lost, didn't lose his $15 million house that he supposedly bought, but he's not going to be living in Dallas like that unless it's during the off season. So that's got to hurt.
I mean,
I'm just trying to.
in my
Is he good, or is he going to come back pissed off and about to be like, you know what? He's seen all the stuff and he felt like he was betrayed by Dallas because Dallas did Luka dirty.
and in my opinion, I don't think Luka. I don't think he's 270. He doesn't look like he's walking around 270 right now. He might
Nah,
be a
he
little.
didn't. He didn't really. He didn't look like how Harden looked
No,
back.
like
Whatever. I
yeah,
know you remember that. I was like,
like the
oh,
video of
or
Luka.
even Zion, like you said.
Yeah, like the video of
You
Luka getting
said that.
off the plane in LA. He didn't look like a 270 dude.
No, I mean
Holding
he's
up, holding up the LA jersey, he did not look like a dude carrying 270.
just showing him tonight against the Warriors. No,
So, I
he didn't
mean,
look like that.
my opinion, I think that was a ploy, a way for the Mavs to justify trading him off. I think, like you said, it's
There
gonna.
was some type of imbalance there between front office and Luca.
I mean,
Got to be. They just
I don't know if you saw any of the stuff that Luca had been talking about because he doesn't really talk much in the media. But they fired a bunch of Mavs staff that he really got along with not long before they traded him.
didn't see that. No. Thanks for sharing that with me beforehand.
Yes. My,
Appreciate that.
well, I
So I
figured.
could be prepared. But you know what? Go ahead. No, I didn't see it. I think that's interesting stuff. Don't think it's going to be too. I just think it's interesting. You know what I mean? I really won't go any
Like,
more on that. It's just kind of like they did him dirty because I mean, in my before last week, if you would have asked me, "Hey, Isaac, what are some players that are just like in fantasy basketball? you're not allowed to trade. Period. It won't even
Yeah,
the
like
computer
you
won't
can't
even
swap
let
them,
you.
you can't trade them.
And I would say SGA. I would have said Wimby. I would have put Luka on that
Yeah, for
list.
sure.
And we could sit here and argue all day about who else could be on that list. But you know what? Now it doesn't even matter because Luka got traded it and pretty much it took the NBA, tilted it upside down. Plus, you got Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler going from being a little crybaby down in Miami, getting his way going up to Golden State with Steph. Do you really think they're gonna? Do you think they're gonna do anything there?
I mean, currently I still have the LA Golden State Warriors game on, and Golden State's brought it back a bit. It's a
Yep,
77,
that's got.
nothing to do with Jimmy buckets, but if
They're
they
saying that they've got some people.
they got some people, they got some potential, and adding, well, yes, a crybaby Jimmy Butler, nobody can
It
deny
brings
how
something
good
more to the table other than that
than a
drive and
aging
kick,
than an
3 point.
aging.
They rely on the three too much.
It's
Still,
they with Jimmy buckets on the team. They have somebody to rely on other than an aging Draymond and an aging Steph.
for a little more scoring because Andrew Wiggins, who I have the utmost respect for as a
Love
professional
Andrew Wiggins.
basketball
I
player,
loved him in high school, and not high school. I didn't watch him in high school.
his high
Um,
school tapes are some of the best of all
but
time,
I loved
obviously.
I loved watching him when he was in
Kansas.
college. He was
Yeah.
great, and I thought when he got
Number
drafted
one overall pick.
and immediately traded, I thought that was the dumbest thing that they could have done
Oh,
with
I
him.
forgot, dude. I forgot that.
Yeah, I was so highly upset about that.
Oh, yeah, dude. He did. In the Timberwolves. Wiggins, great player. Don't get me wrong.
He didn't turn out.
He not Jimmy Butler.
No, he
Jimmy
didn't.
Butler comes in. He does make a difference on the team.
If
Depends
you
on what Jimmy Butler you get, dude. Is it
if
going to
you
be the
did,
Jimmy Butler that tries, or is it going to
are you
be
gonna get
the
the Jimmy
emotional Jimmy
Buckets
Butler? So I think he's coming in. I mean, this is it, dude. He's got to come in. He's got to. I mean, he's getting paid bank.
when Jimmy Butler is in his emotional state? He reminds me a bit of late career AB.
He reminds me of me, dude. He reminds me of somebody just shows his emotions on his sleeve. If he's mad, even though might be trying to hide it, or he might just throw a fit, be like, you know what, screw this. I'm not doing this. I'm too good. Like I am Jimmy Butler. I can do this, and he's just borderline on that level where he can
Yeah,
pull
but
that.
the thing about that's hard to fathom is the amount of money that people like Jimmy Butler are making for you to be like, okay, I just won't play
Mhm.
because you're not
My
starting. It's like,
Miami was sick of that crap, and they got some good players
no, they did for sure.
that and a first round pick. So shout out to them. First round picks, that's a huge deal. Just look at how the Thunder crafted today, and that
But
is
I mean,
from
will the Heat utilize it, or will they fumble like a hat that we're both wearing? Team typically does.
well, if the Hornets fumble all the picks they've got coming up, then I don't even know if I can stay a fan. I mean, I
Well,
will, but they've got so many picks. It's unreal. That's what you want as a fan. That is what you want from your struggling franchise to at least see hope in the future. It's getting to the point where LaMelo, his contract's going to end. There's like a 0% chance he resigns with Charlotte if they're trash. He's going to a big city.
yeah, he wants to be with a winning team
Yeah,
because
you got to think
Lamelo is good. Lamelo can hoop.
he's good. He is an all-star player.
Yeah,
He didn't even get to be an all-star
no,
because he was a Charlotte Hornet,
yeah. I mean, that's what it boils down to at this point.
literally. So it's sad stuff. I mean, there were
Charlotte's
other.
Charlotte's going to have to make a change, or they are going to lose their best players and continue to be one of the worst teams.
I'm telling you, dude, with all these picks, there's no. I don't want to hear anymore about struggle. Like they have the picks. We will see what they do with them. And until then, and they're going to get another good one this upcoming year because they were trash again. So, and then Miles Bridges, I really like him. And it seems like he wants to stay in Charlotte, and I really like Miles Bridges. I feel like the community's come to forgive him for, all the things that happened way back when. But as I'm saying, as if you're a Hornets fan, you got a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of picks that were
Potentially,
incoming. Dude,
potentially to look forward to.
you have a lot to look forward to. There's not potentially nothing. What do you mean potentially? There's so many. There's so many picks, dude. I'm about to I don't even know what to tell you, dude. There's a trillion picks.
How many times have the Hornets drafted somebody good and then traded them away?
Twice.
To of
That
someone.
way, that's not even the same.
Look
Dude,
at the
that was
shirt
so
you're
long ago. It's
Look
the
at the shirt you're wearing. Look at the shirt you are wearing.
When did that happen, Cam?
Look where the Hornets could have been.
When did that happen? You tell me when that happened. I'll tell you when it happened. It happened in 1996. When were you born? Oh, yeah, that's right. After that. You weren't even alive when that happened. I was a year old, maybe, when it happened. So those people obviously aren't going to be making the same decisions. The people who made the decisions to get rid, like, we didn't even make the pick for SGA. We traded the rights away for that pick, and then the Clippers made the pick to get SGA. Did anybody think he was going to be this good? No, we're all a couple other teams in front of him, 16, 17 teams in front would have picked him. So yeah, they fumbled the bag. Oh my gosh, other teams have fumbled the bag. I mean, don't get me wrong, but they've got so many that no team has had picks like this since the Thunder. And so that's why I'm saying, like, oh my gosh, wow, they're making moves to acquire first round picks instead of getting nobodies that are going to ride the bench and help out with 5, 6 points a game. So that is my point that I'm trying to make. Sitting here being a little Charlotte hater, a little Hornet hater, and you know what? The people that are on the front side of your cap right now, what's that? Yeah, the NBA. They already hate Charlotte enough. We don't need your negativity to the Queen City.
I mean,
That's yeah. That's
the Hornets
that's.
also traded away Kemba Walker, which was a
Kimba
good
wasn't
one.
that good then when we traded him. He played his prime in Charlotte. Whoa, Kimba Walker. Okay, tell me something better. Charlotte didn't have anything better to talk about. So I'm saying I'm not going to spend this podcast sitting here talking about the freaking Charlotte Hornets and what they may or may not do in the future. Okay, it may be decent, it may be good, it may if it's terrible, dude. Then they've never set themselves up better. So if they fumbled the bag here, they're terrible. They're a terrible organization. They deserve every type of terribleness that comes to them. So Charlotte, don't mess it up.
All right, I think that was Isaac's therapy session this episode.
Yeah. Mm, Little
How'd that,
hint,
how'd that feel to get that
little
out?
sprinkle, dude. It felt nice to get it out
Felt nice.
because I'm about
You just need a little push. Needed a little
well.
shove.
All right. Well, I'm telling you this right now. Right now, main thing here will be the difference maker in everything. Okay? The difference maker is going to be if AD, Kyrie, and if they go get somebody in the offseason, win a championship, and Luka and LeBron somehow don't, and then LeBron retires or whatever, or goes turns into a robot. Who knows? But if
It's
that
crazy.
happens, and then it's just Luka, and then we might look at this trade differently. I'm just saying if AD and Kyrie win a chip, and then Luka never does, it doesn't matter how good Luka is, because Luka was already good in Dallas. Like they already made it to the conference finals. You know, it's not they already did that. So that's not the goal. Is to take him and make him the same. Goal is obviously championship, but the goal for Dallas too is championship. It's like, hey, we think with Kyrie and then these three bigs now, and then maybe we add a key piece in the offseason, we could be a threat. And now, like, and it's not like Klay Thompson's just a brick every time he shoots the ball. Can't forget about him.
Yeah, he put up some numbers tonight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and PJ Washington, like, he's not bad. Like, it could Dallas. That's that's the difference maker for me is what's going to happen in these next 2 to 3 years is going to really tell everybody what they need to know. And in 2 to 3 years, we need to look back on this podcast and be like, dang, the Lakers were idiots. Or, holy crap,
The
the
Mavs
Mavericks were
have,
geniuses and, or like the Mavs were dumb. Why'd they ever do this? We were right about that. Or, oh my gosh, the Mavs were freaking geniuses. Like, they went on a little run there and won a championship or two. But, do I see that happening? No, because as we talked about off camera, there's a team called the Oklahoma City Thunder.
and the
Got
Cavs,
and the Celtics, Cavs. Those are on the other side. T
three
Wolves
best
aren't bad,
teams.
dude.
The three
T
best
Wolves aren't
teams.
bad.
I don't see currently right now. I don't see LA or the Mavs beating any of the teams that we just mentioned in a series.
No, neither one. Even with, I just want to see it play out, man. It's gonna be crazy. The NBA is definitely a lot different. How about Kyle Kuzma on the Bucks?
Well, I just
That
want
could
to say,
be
I
that
want to
low
say
key could be scary, dude. Kyle Kuzma on the Bucks could be scary. He's shooting his worst percentages this year, but that's because they're just letting it fly over in Washington. Him and Jordan Poole just shooting wherever. But now he's on a team that where it matters. They didn't lose Bobby Portis. Him, Bobby, like they. We don't even mention them. The NBA, the first season, it's shaping up to be a very, very exciting next half after the All Star break.
yeah.
Excited about the All Star break too.
There's one thing
Um,
that I think
so
was insane. Dennis, after Luka got traded, Dennis Schroeder went on and said it was modern day slavery. He got traded 3 times in 18 hours. 3 different times in 18
that
he was passed around to different teams.
is it's almost. I mean, it's blatant, dude. It's pure disrespect.
Oh yeah. Like at that point it just seems like the NBA was like, "Oh, you want to talk like this? Okay. We'll have a little
Watch
fun with
this. Hmm.
you." And
Go look
that's
at
terrible.
departments here, there, and here.
And it's terrible. I mean, obviously, I have a little bias towards the Jazz. That's where he's currently at. How long he'll be there? Maybe till next season. We'll find out.
Maybe, maybe.
Um, he could potentially bring a little bit of light to the Jazz. You
Not
never
enough,
know.
dude. Don't. Jazz will not be talked about. They didn't do that. I mean, they got a few things going for them, but they got. It's not looking too positive over
The
there.
Jazz pulled a Hornets move and traded away their key pieces piece by piece.
We'll see if that pans out with draft picks that they have here in the future, because I guess they realized Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert they were getting things done, but they were never going to win a championship. They weren't that good, and I guess they couldn't get another piece with them because Utah's not a big market. So they're gonna have to build it from scratch, draft them piece by piece, and Utah's already used to winning like that. Remember, like Carlos
Yeah,
Boozer, Derek Williams, dude, they were freaking money, and Andre Kirilenko. I mean, the list goes on of solid Jazz players that were always going to the playoffs, never winning a championship. And I mean, it's almost like historic for the Jazz to do that.
Yeah,
But I mean, everybody's trying to do the same thing, and that's win it all.
yeah,
And the future of basketball with these, I mean, at least in young talent, you know, I know the Hornets are going to get a great draft pick this upcoming year. I just know it because there's so much young talent coming up. So, and I'm just excited for the draft period because I'm actually going to know some
yeah.
players getting drafted.
And I
It's not
mean,
going to be
realistically, the
kid
game.
from France, kid from this. No offense to European players, but it's just I'll see them blossom as pros, but it's not as exciting to watch them get drafted because you don't know who that is.
I mean, it's also the game of basketball is kind of evolving, getting a little bit more, starting to move back to how it used to be, moving a little bit away from the threes, not as much, which is nice. It's nice. I've been noticing a lot more.
Yeah. Ever since they started talking about it, ever since they started talking about threes being an issue, I have seen it toned down a bit. I've
Now
seen,
it's
but
not
about
it's not completely away,
no,
but,
it's
but it is nice to see players like Braun or Ant Edwards or people like that going in the
a
hole.
post up, a mid
Yeah,
range,
a
DeMar
yam on somebody's head. We love to see that. That's so much more fun to watch than
three, 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 three. I
yeah.
feel you, dude.
So
Well,
and
in
that's
the end,
good.
I was just gonna say in the end, I just want to say to conclude it all that the NBA as a business for this to happen with all these trades, different faces, different places, it was genius for business. It
Yeah,
was good
I
for
was actually going to
business.
speak on that. I love what you texted me the other night when you were like, at this point, it just seems like they were doing stuff to boost ratings. That was great. That made my day.
And I mean, I'm not saying anything's fixed or anything, but it's just like the NBA is down bad. I
And I
know for a fact Luka's first game, got to see it. AD thought he might play tonight, jumped home, tried to see it. Realized he didn't. I was like, dang. But I was like, okay, when's the next game? It'll be on TV for sure. If it wasn't, it will be now. So things are going to get exciting. Oh, dude, in the midst of all this, forgot about what's his name? De'Aaron Fox.
oh yeah, honestly, I can't believe we hadn't spoken that before now.
Dude, we forgot De'Aaron Fox got traded. That
I mean,
might be
really,
one of the
that was a big
news.
trade, but
That was huge, dude. I don't.
compared to the
But what
Luca
happened is
AD,
it's because it happened right after that.
yeah,
De'Aaron Fox. We would be casuals to have a podcast on the trade deadline and to mention Kyle Kuzma over the likes of De'Aaron Fox being traded to San Antonio to be with Victor Wembanyama, Castle, Vassell, CP3, and the Spurs. I
and
watched last.
and another thing, I mean, he changed his number,
He did from 5 to 4.
number
I don't know how
4.
that logo will work because the one with
Yeah,
5 was sick.
yeah, the fox with the 5 in the middle of
Oh,
it.
nasty, dude. De'Aaron, that was good work. So I don't know what you got in store for the 4, man, but that was good stuff. I think low key, we forgot about the Spurs. They're probably about to be really good. They're probably about to be really. They were great last night, and they didn't even have no game plan with Fox. He was just kind of in there like, yeah, watch this, about to drop 30 something or 20 something and 12 assists because he was getting it there. Just everything was going in for him in the moment. He's a great fit.
The
So
I like the way that the NBA is headed at player wise. We have people like Braun, Steph, people like that, like the people we grew up watching are getting ready to retire. We
you
have
have a different archetype of player.
we got
You know
players
what I
like
mean?
Luka, Ant Edwards, SGA, De'Aaron Fox. Wimby.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean by different archetype of
It's
player.
it's
That player
so
that you stuff that you haven't seen before in basketball. We're like, oh shoot, Chet, Wimby, Bol.
Chet. I forgot about Chet.
They're these tall guys that can get low with the ball, dribble, shoot the three. They're 7 foot tall or more, so you're not blocking it.
No,
It was crazy
also got another 7 footer.
When KD came out and was jaying, and he's basically 7 feet tall, and he's not a center at all, and you're not that iconic step back shot of his. And Dirk, his step back. There's just certain things that you can't guard, but it's just different with Chet and Wimby because they are just that much longer.
Yeah,
That 4 to 5 inches, like 7'4", 7'5", 7'3", whatever, out there doing stuff like that. It's a different type of ball player that we really haven't seen like that.
it's
So
nice to have something other than the Steph Curry, the LeBron, and the players that were trying to mimic that style to see something new.
yeah, and it's a physical thing. We haven't seen anybody physically like that. But also we're seeing new moves. We're seeing different. It's hard to see different dunks. We're seeing better posters. Nice, some crazy game winners like that. Crazy one in college with Marist College, I believe. Shout out to
70 footer.
Marist for that 70 footer to just crush the hopes and dreams of Fairfield. Maybe I'm sorry if I didn't say the college right, but Marist I know is in it. That was crazy, but I think I'm gonna have to end it on that one right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There's a
say
lot
one
going
thing.
on. There's a lot going on. Exciting. Everything's kind of calming down. We didn't really get into the true X's and O's of each individual trade because how could we with how much that went down? But the main ones, I mean, it's just wild stuff. Craziest thing I've ever seen, and craziest NBA trade deadline ever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
Good stuff.
oh yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So,
I want to give another shout out to Spiral Collections. Not wearing the gear tonight, but shout out to my guy. Been in talks.
Spiral Collections.
Spiral Collections.
Once again, I gotta get LinkedIn. Gotta get LinkedIn. I'm gonna be wearing cleaner Spiral Collection stuff than you. I'm gonna show you how to put it on. I'm just playing camp and put it on, but we're gonna see what's going on with it. Still need that promo code. What's up?
Been talking to my guy. We'll see what
Yeah,
we can
for
do.
real, for real. So,
So again, I want to shout him out.
uh,
Again, shout out to everyone that tunes in, listens. I think this is episode 18 now. That's consistency. Hopefully, we can keep putting the work, make things better, blow up, and have a lot more people listening, paying
trying to
attention.
have some people on different. If you
We,
want to be on the show, hit us up. We might be able to work something out. See what you got to say.
all I'm gonna say is we got a lot of big things in the works. We got a lot of ideas, things that we hope can make the podcast better. So, with that
Just
being
trying to
said,
have some fun. Just trying to have some fun with sports.
hang out with my guy, one of my best friends right here. Talk sports is what we do anyways,
Mhm.
and hopefully turn this into a job.
Might as well do it with y'all. So shoot.
But with that being said, we'll see y'all next time. Possibly do a live video or something on Super Bowl Sunday because why not?
I'm off. Told him I ain't
I
coming
am too.
in.
I'm off. I'm off. So
Special day at work. Yeah, special day at work. I will put this in. As I was telling you, they're like, "Oh, Isaac, can you come in and work this day?" Yeah, I got you. I'll come in extra. Oh, Isaac, can you come in and work this day? Yeah, I got you. I'll come in extra. The place I work at, Super Bowl Sunday, will be very, very busy. They
yes,
have the schedule loaded. I noticed, oh my gosh, I'm not on the schedule. I told them, yeah, I'll be happy to come in and help you on these days. You didn't schedule me on the Super Bowl. I'm not coming in. Peace out. That's all I got to say.
with
Go
that
Eagles,
being said,
baby. Go
again,
Eagles.
thanks guys. Go Birds. See y'all next time, potentially on a live on Sunday. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media stuff. Peace.